So this one's a little low stakes theory, but it's kind of a meta low stakes theory. Let's do this. Hello Franz, it's Brett here, and I wanted to talk about Detective Pikachu because it's coming out so soon. It's like 2 weeks away, maybe less than 2 weeks away. I'm so very excited for it. Like, I haven't been this excited for a Pokemon product, I think, in a long time. Even the new games aren't getting me as excited as this completely new thing. It's the start of a new universe. I'm not actually that fond of cinematic universes in general, but this is one I am hype about. But a lot of people are making the videos, writing their articles, trying to predict the future of the Pokemon live-action universe. And a lot of them are comparing the Pokemon, what will eventually be the Pokemon sort of cinematic universe, for lack of a better word. They're comparing it to the Marvel cinematic universe, which I don't think is very valid a comparison. Because there is a definite way that Marvel and Disney do things, and I don't think the companies involved in Detective Pikachu are going to do things that way. So I want to do a little bit of theorizing about the potential future of Pokemon Cinematic Universe. So instead of comparing to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I want to compare to another set of properties. A set of properties that is also a Japanese thing being brought to the West by Legendary and Warner Brothers, that is also being distributed in Japan by Toho, and is also a very, very prominent Japanese mascot. We're going to talk about the Legendary Pictures Monsterverse. Now, for those of you that didn't know, the Legendary Pictures Monsterverse didn't start off as a verse at all. It started off with a movie, Godzilla, in 2014. This was then followed up a few years later by Kong Skull Island. And later this year, there is going to be Godzilla King of the Monsters, and then next year is Godzilla vs. Kong. I think looking at the way they built this is going to inform us about how they're going to build Detective Pikachu. Because in Godzilla, which is in this analogy comparable to Detective Pikachu, there was no reference to any future movies. It was kind of just a one-off. So there was no post-credit scene with King Kong or Mothra in it. They didn't mention any other monsters. It was just Godzilla doing his Godzilla thing. It was only in Kong Skull Island did they actually say there are other monsters. And in the big end credits scene in Kong Skull Island, they not only introduced that Godzilla was in the universe as King Kong, but also forward-sold Mothra and King Ghidorah and lots of other cool things. Let's try and apply that to Detective Pikachu. With this sort of framework in place, I think what's going to happen is Detective Pikachu is going to be a very, very standalone film. It's going to sort of establish that Pokemon exist in this world, but it's not going to start a huge narrative. And I don't even think there's going to be a post-credit scene. There's going to be no equivalent to Nick Fury showing up at the end of Iron Man. I don't think there's going to be any mention of further films. Then maybe in a couple of years' time, we're going to get another live-action Pokemon movie that doesn't have Detective Pikachu in it. It doesn't have Tim Goodman in it. Doesn't have Detective Pikachu in it. Doesn't have Lucy, I think her name is. Doesn't have her in it either. It's a completely separate thing that maybe has a Farfetch'd as the main character. It could happen. I know people that like Farfetch'd. And then at the end of that movie, we will get an end credit scene that both links it to the previous movie and links them both to the next movie, like Kong Skull Island did. So we will have maybe the Farfetch'd will find some evidence of Tim Goodman's dad, or maybe we'll just full on run into Detective Pikachu, or we'll go into a coffee bar and Detective Pikachu will be there. Something in a coffee bar. They're called cafes. Something along those lines will happen at the end of this second movie that will both backward sell and forward sell and start off the universe. I think that is the safest way of them doing it, because Warner Brothers especially are very reticent to jump very quickly headfirst into another cinematic universe after we all remember what happened with the DC cinematic universe. I think these movies are going to be a lot more spread out than people imagine. I don't think after Detective Pikachu we're going to see another movie for maybe 2 years. I think 2021 is when we're really going to see the live-action Pokemon universe kicking off. I don't think one a year is going to be a sensible projection, not from the very beginning. I mean, like I said, Warner Brothers are anxious about jumping into this cinematic universe. They really, really want one, so there's going to be one, but they're really anxious about starting it out. But that's my prediction What do you all think? Leave a comment below if you agree or disagree, and while you're there in the below, hit the like button, I think is over here, the subscribe button is down here, and in the description is a link to a bunch of other places like my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Twitch. My Twitch channel is really cool. I'm going to be, the day of filming this, I'm going to be streaming later today. If I get it out today, then I'll be streaming later today. It's a Tuesday. I'm filming on a Tuesday. So I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 6 p.m. GMT until 8 p.m. GMT, and then I followed up by a friend of mine that streams directly after me. It's all a good time. It's all a fun stuff. At the minute, we're playing through Batman, which is related to the DC universe, and I think it's going to be a fun time. I really enjoy it. Everyone comes really likes it. So I hope to see you there. I hope to see you here for the next video. I've got a few in the pipeline, and yeah, as we say around here, catch you on that flippity flop. Love you. Bye.